Mercury, the planet of logic, communication, and decision-making, has officially turned retrograde in Cancer, a sign ruled by emotions, memories, and attachments. This isn't just a typical retrograde, it's a deeply emotional rewind. Expect your thinking to become foggy, overly influenced by past wounds or emotional imprints. You might feel you're acting from logic, but in reality, it's old feelings making your choices. And with Mercury becoming combust around July 31st, clarity is going to hit rock bottom. Your voice, your thoughts, even your texts may feel misaligned or misunderstood. Don't rush into decisions. What looks urgent or clear now might be an illusion created by emotional pressure. But there's a hidden gift. The past will revisit you, conversations, people, memories. This isn't to trap you, but to help you burn down those emotional attachments once and for all. Think of it as a cleansing. A painful one, yes, but ultimately freeing. Use this time to observe, feel, and release. The universe is asking, are you ready to think clearly, without emotional chains? This Mercury retrograde in Cancer is not your usual glitchy delay or miscommunication. It will feel like a spiritual detox, like life quietly putting you in a corner to sit with your feelings, childhood wounds, old relationship scars, and emotional habits that have been running your life silently. Mercury's gentle yet intense rewind is helping you soften and reflect, but beware, you may unknowingly fall into emotional manipulation. You'll want to keep peace, avoid conflict, or just not feel too much, but in doing so, you might silence your true voice. And that will only leave you drained, helpless, or emotionally stuck. Let the emotional clutter burn away, not by force, but by truth. Don't push forward. Just feel and release. Especially, do not initiate anything new in the areas described by the house Mercury is transiting in your chart. During this period, emotionally charged news or speeches may trigger public reactions. Some countries could face backlash against leadership due to old unresolved issues resurfacing. Delays in policy decisions, transport disruptions, or digital communication failures are likely, especially around the time of Mercury's combustion. You might also see emotional family dramas playing out in the media or public apologies for past mistakes. On a personal level, many people may reconnect with someone from the past, receive unexpected messages, or feel urged to revisit an old decision. Emotional meltdowns could happen more often in workplaces, relationships, or political spaces. Misinformation may spread fast, leading to confusion, especially in emotionally sensitive topics like health, family laws, or education. Financial misjudgments driven by emotional bias could lead to regret, especially in property matters or family investments. Social media might become a space of emotional outbursts and people calling out manipulation or fake narratives. But as Mercury turns direct in August, truths will start coming out, quietly but clearly. What looked convincing during the retrograde may start falling apart. Many people will see past emotional fog and start making decisions from a more balanced place. Now let's explore how each sign is doing during this Mercury retrograde period. This reading is based on Vedic astrology, so make sure to check your rising sign using the sidereal zodiac system. Also, check your moon sign for deeper emotional insights. Let's get started. Aries, a strong emotional wave might arise from family members or something tied to your childhood. You may feel like you must always be the protector, but that role has cost your peace. Someone from home may manipulate your emotions to keep you in place. But something will click, you're done being the emotional sponge. This is your moment to release the outdated nurturing roles and step into emotional clarity. What once gave you safety is now limiting your growth. Rebuild your roots, not from guilt, but from strength. Avoid starting anything related to your house, property, or vehicle until at least mid-August 2025. You may not see things clearly and might end up making poor decisions or be misled by others regarding these matters. Taurus, you may feel misunderstood while expressing yourself online or in close-knit circles. Siblings, neighbors, or people in your network might emotionally provoke you. But the deeper issue is the emotional conditioning tied to how you should speak, act, or share. You've been minimizing your voice to keep the peace. Now, a sudden moment or harsh truth will wake you up. Your communication has to be free and authentic. It's time to drop fear of judgment and claim your own tone, especially in conversations and media. Avoid starting important conversations, presentations, signing documents, or applying for permits and licenses until at least mid-August 2025. There's a high chance of confusion or someone influencing you to take steps that may backfire later. Gemini, family may emotionally manipulate your sense of self-worth or financial choices. You'll feel triggered if someone questions your income, lifestyle, or values. But the truth is, there's some family belief that is holding you back from making money or expressing your voice. You're breaking out of old generational limitations around speech, food, or self-esteem. You no longer owe loyalty to emotional burdens passed down. This is your chance to own your worth and stop being emotionally blackmailed by familiar expectations. Avoid making any major financial decisions or buying anything expensive until at least mid-August 2025. You could misjudge the value or importance of something and be tricked into spending unwisely. Cancer, you might feel unusually sensitive about how people see you. Your identity may feel under emotional pressure, and people may manipulate you into being someone you're not. You're finally seeing how your emotional beliefs, especially those rooted in childhood, have shaped your self-image. An event or sudden realization may push you to stop playing the emotional caretaker role. You're being asked to reclaim your life, your appearance, your energy, on your terms. Let go of the belief that you must please everyone to be loved. Your authority over your own life is rising again. Avoid making crucial decisions about your health, fitness, or overall life direction until at least mid-August 2025. You might be emotionally clouded and unable to evaluate what's really good for you right now. Leo, you're entering deep emotional territory. Old patterns, dreams, or subconscious fears may come to the surface. You are likely to face emotional baggage from past lives or long-buried memories. Something hidden, perhaps in your alone time, shakes you emotionally. You will realize you've been operating from emotional wounds you didn't even know existed. Manipulation could come from people you trust behind the scenes. But now, you're shedding illusions. This transit is pulling you out of emotional fog and returning your psychic power. Watch your dreams, they hold truth. Avoid foreign travel, big investments, or large expenditures until at least mid-August 2025. You may overlook important details or be emotionally clouded, which could drain your resources. Virgo, you may face emotional challenges with friends, social media circles, or societal expectations. It may feel like you're being used or expected to show up just to fit in. But you're realizing how much you've compromised your individuality to be liked or accepted. An emotional trigger will push you to stop sacrificing your dreams for group validation. You're releasing the fear of being excluded and learning to stand alone if needed. Now is the time to pursue what truly resonates, not what just looks good socially. Avoid taking part in social events, gatherings, or club activities. It's also not a good time to ask for a bonus or make long-term financial plans until at least mid-August 2025. People may not have your best interest at heart, and you might be led into making goals that don't align with your reality. Libra, your career or public image might feel like it's being judged. Someone in authority may emotionally corner you, making you feel small or unworthy. But it's exposing an old belief: you don't need to overperform for validation. You're emotionally detaching from the need to appear strong or in control all the time. Something will click: your success doesn't need to come through constant approval. You're finding your own authority, without needing to prove your worth to the world. Avoid any public activities, like meet and greets if you are in the spotlight, or making decisions if you're in a position of authority until at least mid-August 2025. You might misread people or situations and end up making a move that may affect your public image or leadership. Scorpio, someone may emotionally challenge your beliefs, morals, or spiritual outlook. You may realize how conditioned you've been by family, culture, or tradition to follow a certain life path. There's emotional guilt tied to right versus wrong in how you seek truth, travel, or gain wisdom. This retrograde will ask, are these your principles, or someone else's? You're breaking the chains of emotional righteousness and opening space for freedom. It's okay to outgrow what once felt sacred if it no longer aligns. Avoid making decisions about your higher education, matters related to mentorship, spirituality, or any legal matters until at least mid-August 2025. Chances are high that you'll be misinformed or spiritually confused, and legal matters may become more complicated if started now. Sagittarius, old fears, past trauma, or control issues may bubble up now. Emotional intensity with in-laws, intimate partners, or even financial stress might hit hard. You'll sense manipulation in places where you thought there was depth. But the root cause? Emotional beliefs you've internalized around fear, loss, and shame. Something will happen that will force you to face what you've buried. You are ready to unchain yourself from hidden pain and gain power. Your transformation begins when you stop emotionally hiding. Avoid starting anything related to unearned money, taxes, inheritance, in-laws, or intimate matters until at least mid-August 2025. Things might appear easier than they are, and manipulation around shared assets or sensitive issues is very likely. Capricorn, relationships feel extra sensitive now, and you're likely being emotionally tested by your partner, spouse, or close connections. You're finally noticing how much you bend or suppress your truth just to keep peace. The emotional belief that harmony means sacrifice is getting exposed. Someone may try to manipulate your silence. But this Mercury retrograde is showing you matter in the equation too. You're learning to stand your ground in relationships and say, I don't have to lose myself to love you. Avoid beginning anything new in business, partnerships, contracts, or matters related to your spouse or marriage until at least mid-August 2025. Your judgment may be clouded, making you vulnerable to one-sided commitments or faulty agreements. Aquarius, work life might feel emotionally intense, someone at work may guilt-trip or burden you. Or you may feel overly responsible for helping others or being perfect. But this constant overserving is linked to emotional beliefs that you're only worthy if you're useful. You're being called to set emotional boundaries in your daily routine. A wake-up moment, maybe burnout or emotional confrontation, will push you to heal your habit of putting others first. You are not here to fix everyone. Your energy deserves better structure. Avoid starting a new job, beginning a new health treatment, or dealing with debts and disputes until at least mid-August 2025. You may not understand the full scope of what you're getting into and may take on more than you can handle or get the wrong advice. Pisces, love, creativity, or children may trigger emotional responses now. You might feel guilt into performing or creating for others' approval. There's some deep conditioning around don't stand out too much or don't be selfish. You're being shown that joy doesn't need permission. A moment will come that will force you to stop measuring your self-worth through how others react. Let go of needing applause to express yourself. You're healing your inner child and embracing your talents for you, not for the audience. Avoid getting involved in a new romantic relationship, matters related to children, speculative activities, or anything related to your education until at least mid-August 2025. You might make misjudgments or impulsive choices that could lead to regret later.